During difficult times, it can be hard to put on a happy face at work or at home. So how can we maintain productivity when the emotional labor is weighing so heavy on our physical and mental state? Well, here to help with 5 simple steps is author and career coach Elizabeth Pearson. So glad to have you on Sonoran Living. Why did you want to write this book?
Yeah, this book, Career Confinement, is really just kind of a cliff notes of all these wonderful books that I read, spiritual teachings, and client stories. So a lot of times women come to me and they feel a little stuck, Susan. They feel like maybe they're not so fulfilled by their job. There's just something missing. And so there's all sorts of different case studies in here that women can read the book and identify if any of those are similar to their lives and then help move them along.
Oh, that's perfect. So we're going to help move them along today with your 5 simple steps. Let's start with tip number 1. Identify your energy drains and fills.
Yeah, I like to visualize this as one of those like old kind of Midwestern water towers. If you guys have ever seen these, right? You'll be driving on the highway and you see this big water tower. And I think that that is a good metaphor for the energy that we have. And a lot of times we will feel like we're running on fumes. You've heard people say that before. Mm-hmm. And that means that there are some huge drains in that water tower. And sometimes energy can just be gushing out of it. So I think that it's really important to go through your life and say, okay, what is a huge drain for me either today, this week, or this month? It could be an ailing parent maybe that you're caring for. It could be you're a little bit anxious about one of your children. It could be something at work, or it could be just you maybe beating yourself up. And then once you look at all of the drains, we need to counterbalance that with some fills. So what's some joyful things that you can do? What are some things that really fill up your energy tank? Is it working out? Is it swimming? Is it being in a creative space? Is it just like having a little extra me time? But we really need to keep like an eye on that so that you don't get so drained that you really are kind of like operating at a lower level than you think is productive.
Oh, that's very good advice. And tip number 2, you say fuel productivity through creative play.
Yeah, there's this really great book out there called Find Your Unicorn Space by Eve Rodsky. And I had her on my show when I read the book. And it was really eye-opening that, like, I don't know about you, but a lot of women don't have creative outlets per se. Most of the time we're focused on being productive for either us, our boss, or our family. And creative play really just kind of lets that inner child come back out. The one that wanted to color, the one that wanted to make pottery, the one that wanted to, go meet up with friends and do some of those paint classes or something. And I think a lot of time that gets deprioritized because we think that time could be better spent cleaning our home or being there for somebody else. But again, like if we aren't doing these things for ourselves, then what is the product that our friends are going to get? What version of us are they actually going to get?
Yes. And tip number 3, harness focus by using a focus wheel. And you have a sample of that.
Yeah, I love doing a focus wheel. It really just recalibrates your energy into something that is positive. So focus on the things that you want, not on the things you don't want. And this template is a wonderful way to guide you to it.
And tip number 4, set boundaries or renegotiate existing boundaries. That's a good one.
That's the biggest one. You can always renegotiate. I tell clients, I tell my sister, friends, all of this. Just because somebody has been treating you a certain way or they're texting you at night or these things, it's never too late to renegotiate and set healthy boundaries.
Yes, that's really important. And finding the courage to do that sometimes can be a challenge. And tip number 5, seek support.
I mean, I think that we really do. And it doesn't have to come from social media. Like it really can be calling out to a friend and saying, I need you. I need your support this week. It's okay to be vulnerable. And guess what? People love to support other people and be there for them. So utilize it.
Absolutely. Great information. Great advice. Thank you so much for sharing your book and sharing your insight with us. If you would like more information about Elizabeth, we've put that on our website, sonoranliving.com.